Hello, everyone, and welcome to Grip Lock, Foundation Disc Golf's weekly podcast. I'm Hunter, joined as always by Trevor. Connor's out of town. Something with Thanksgiving or something family, I don't know. Something like
Stupid,
that.
Man.
Before we get into today's episode, we're going to be going over a little disc golf Christmas list. We're playing Hunter's Hints with Trevor this week. See if he can beat Connor. We'll have a little Trevor's trivia, a little disc golf 2023 season tier list. The audio disc guessing game is back. Now it's just Trevor and I, and then off-season player tracking updates. So you're not going to miss this episode. But first, a word from our sponsors. It's never too early to play holiday music, and it's never too early to start thinking about gifts, whether it's for a friend or yourself. You can make the season be jolly with Manscaped. Add in Manscaped's top-of-the-line shower products to have people thinking, all I want for Christmas is you. Santa Claus cares about his sack, and so should you. So head over to manscaped.com and use code GRIPLOCKED for free shipping and 20% off. The Manscaped Platinum Package 4.0 is the one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all. It has everything you need to help deck the halls from your face to your balls just in time for this mistletoe season. The Platinum Package each has a product from the best-selling Performance Package, plus Ultra Premium Body Wash, Ultra Premium 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner, and Ultra Premium Deodorant, and the Lawnmower 4.0 Body Trimmer, and the Weed Whacker Nose and Ear. That's a hard one to say back-to-back. Hair Trimmer feature proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to protect the delicate presence. Plus, both are waterproof, so there's no issue clearing the snow out your driveway. There's also a 4,000K LED light on it, so you can light the way, just like Rudolph back in the day. The Platinum Package 4.0 sitting under the tree is guaranteed to put anyone in the holiday spirit. And for the perfect stocking stuffer, you can add in the brand new Body Buffer, an incredible body scrubber that makes exfoliating easy and a lot cleaner than that old loofah you got in your shower. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code GRIPLOCKED at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code GRIPLOCKED. Manscaped, get your jingle balls ready for the holidays.
How did they know about my old loofah?
They just do, man. They know you.
Dang it.
All right, we're going to get this not quite December episode, but first post-Thanksgiving episode ready.
Here's the thing. If it's beyond Thanksgiving,
it's beyond Thanksgiving.
December.
It is Christmas.
It's December.
Yeah. So we're going to go
really
ahead.
I don't know why November doesn't end on the 26th
You would
or
think.
25th or whatever.
You would think. We're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into a time machine.
No, 26th.
We're going to go back to when we first started 24th.
What day is Thanksgiving?
Today is the 28th. So it's the 24th.
Does it? Oh, it moves around. It moves around.
It's always Thursday.
You're right. It moves around.
Because it's always Black Friday.
Gosh, bro.
None of that matters because we're in a time machine right now. We're in the DeLorean. We're going back. We're going back to when we first started playing disc golf. We're at our parents' homes. They're asking, what do we want for Christmas? With your current knowledge, you can play this game a few different ways because you can go collector route or you can go just like what's best for your game route. What are the 5 discs on your Christmas list for your parents this year? If this is your first year playing disc golf.
If this year was my first year
like you right golf. Now, you just jumped in a time machine. You have your current knowledge of disc golf, but no
so
skill.
I am going back in time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is your first year playing disc golf.
Right.
So you have no discs.
But
you're getting 5 discs. So these 5 discs are for you to play with, or you can hold and flip and then use that to buy discs in the future.
But holding and flipping is like so long term. And like...
you have 0 discs in your possession. You're just getting into disc golf. You're 14 years old.
I could care less about flipping at this point. But
you have your current knowledge of discs, not knowledge of the game, just of discs.
Because what's funny is collectible stuff. Like back then, like CE stuff was more expensive. I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Yeah, this is a tough one because what comes to mind, obviously, immediately is like. Like Avery Destroyers were stock, but like they're not worth that much nowadays. Like, I don't know if there's a disc from back then that just like straight up stock. Like when I got into disc golf, like the stuff that was like it would be like worth more now is not that crazy. That's the thing. So like, I don't even know if there would be that much of a flipping opportunity. That's what makes this tough. Like first runs maybe would be cool, like some proto stuff. Like maybe I need to know what was like, I know what was coming out around that time. Like I know like around the time that I got into disc golf, like the 3 line started coming out. So like Shark 3, like proto would have been like a thing.
Is that worth anything?
I don't know. Continue.
Okay,
you start giving your answer. I need to look something up.
I know because I did buy this disc and it's one of my favorite discs. It actually just went back in my bag. It is a Proto PA3. 2014 Proto Stand PA3. Number 1. That's on my list because I love PA3s, love throwing them, love putting them. So definitely wanted that. Okay, so I'm going with 1 collectible disc and then 4 throwing discs. Collectible disc is 2015 Sexton Firebird.
Yeah, see, there you go. See, I know I wasn't,
because it should be my first
I
year
missed out
playing
on the
disc golf
Sextons.
would have been 2015. The 2016 Sexton should have been about to come out, but I don't think it's out yet. So 2015 Sexton is my 1 collectible disc I'm allowing myself. Then we're going 2014 Proto PA3. My coach still had, who was friends with my dad, the disc golf coach that I would have been playing for at the time, still had a bunch that Christmas because I bought one. So definitely that disc. Sexton Firebird.
There.
Mid-range, we're going...
Bro, they made a disc. Gateway made a disc called the Doggy Style.
That's funny.
Continue.
Honestly, I'm going 750 M4.
Why are you getting all this Prodigy?
Because you remember that 750 M4 back then?
Oh, the blueberry one?
No, I had a purple.
Oh, okay.
It was back then.
I remember
that
that
M4
disc.
was incredible.
That
This is like old Prodigy. So Prodigy was kind of sick. And that 750 M4 as a beginner would have been incredible to have because it was like stable but not overstable. It would have been like great straight disc, and it's still, I could put it back in my bag right now. It's the one you wrote poop all over.
Yeah.
That one.
Wow.
That one's sick.
What did I do that for?
So 750 M4. I'm going with the fairway driver. That's a tough slot. I just started playing. Because like back then, the like recommended fairway would have been like a Leopard or Leopard 3 or something.
Oh, yeah.
But I think with my current knowledge, I think I would have went Avenger SS or River. I think I'm going to go Avenger SS.
Okay.
Going Z Avenger SS for number 4. And then number 5, we're going to go with... this is tough. This is very tough. I think number 5... I would be dumb to be in the Paul Macbeth 3/4 time era and not get something with his name on it, but it needs to be usable. So I think I'm just going with nothing really. Is that, I mean, even Paul Macbeth Destroyers don't have any resale value yet. I think I'm going Rock 3.
Okay.
It complements the M4 well. It'll be a good thrower. It's not a great thrower, but for a beginner, it's a good thrower because this is the like 4-time Rock 3 era. He would have just won his 4th. So that run of Rock 3s weren't the best. No, I'm going McPro Rock 3. That's what I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going McPro Rock 3, 750 M4, Proto PA3, 2015 Sexton Firebird, and an Avenger SS.
Okay.
That's my 5. Please get him for me, Mom and Dad.
I'm going to start the most obvious one, I think, for me with the timing of when I started playing disc golf. This is like 2014. 2013-14 is like when I started. But the most obvious one is a Proto Thunderbird because this is when Thunderbird came out.
That's a good
Proto
one.
Thunderbird would be sick.
That's got to be worth something nowadays, but regardless,
it would be super, super cool. Another one that came out that would be, this one would actually be really pretty usable for me at the time, an Ace Race Edition Heat. It would be a pretty good first hyzer flip disc, and that was the year that it was an Ace Race disc.
Had the Avenger SS come out when I was making my list? Surely. I didn't even think about that.
That's a great question.
I'll look at it.
I think it had.
Yeah, 2008 is when it got approved.
So yeah, I think I would go with that. And then beyond that, it gets tough. I think I would seize the opportunity maybe to get some Discmania originals.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea. Get some P2s.
Yeah, like I think I would. So I would go with the Thunderbird, the Heat. Then I would grab like an MD3, original MD3, and then like a flippy mid and a putter is probably all I would really need from that point.
They didn't really make many good flippy mids. The MD wasn't that flippy and wasn't that... Honestly, I never really liked it that much. It was just a Mako. I know it wasn't actually just a Mako, but...
Yeah, I think putter... I'm trying to think if there's anything they made back then that they don't really make now, putter-wise.
Oh, you probably could have got like an Innova XD or a Classic Rock.
The Judge was like very...
Did you ever throw a
new.
Classic Rock?
I haven't. I'd always wanted
My
to.
brother used to love it. He had a Classic Rock they made in... Like, it just run in Star. And... He would flick the crap out of that thing. It was sick.
Honestly,
it was very flippy.
You know what? Forget the flippy mid. I would grab a Rock 3.
Because you could get a 3-time if we're going Christmas.
Oh, yes.
2014?
Yes.
Yeah, 3-time.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, I would grab that. And then putter. That's a tough one. I kind of like the Proto PA3 answer. I think I'd go with that. That's pretty cool.
It's a sick run. It's I think it's the best run of PA3s.
I like that, yeah. That's
All
a tough
right,
one.
There you go. It's tough.
Disc golf collectability back then, I could grab like this 2015. Like if it was a year later, I would have grabbed 5 Sexton Firebirds.
Yeah.
Because I would have locked them away in a closet, and I'd be very rich right now. I'd buy a house.
Not that rich.
You put a down payment on a house. Not with 5
Small
Sextons.
house.
Mint, 5 Sextons, mint, 2015s. You could probably get. I mean, are they still worth like $1,000 a piece? That's not going to buy you.
Yeah, it's 5,000.
But half of a down payment, maybe.
Depends on your house. Yeah.
We only have to put like 3.5 down on
so this
houses.
eBay, they're asking $1,800 for it.
Okay.
So let's just say, I don't know if this is new. Probably new.
You could put a down payment on a small house.
I don't think it's sold, but they're asking 18.
If you
and
had
they sold 77.
Sextons. Listen.
That was such a good stamp too.
That's my answer though. If it was 2015, I'm taking 5 Sextons, keeping a mint, and then
this 2015 9.5 out of 10 with a pretty bad stamp.
I could buy a car.
Foils $2,000.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I could buy a car.
Yeah, you're right. Good option.
I think that this is maybe a different subject, but I think that Sexton Firebirds are the most collectible disc of all time.
The right era. Today's Sextons overproduce. I don't think they're very collectible
that's
anymore.
what I'm saying. I think those past ones, I don't think there's any disc that's, I mean, it was the most valuable disc of all time.
Well, the Macbeth Destroyer, but it's because, or not Macbeth, the Macbeth AVR Destroyer, but it's because only Paul had them.
Oh, yeah.
So if you get one, you have one of like 10 made.
Those were
like 15 made.
Oh, well, there's a lot more than that. Homie had a whole bin of them.
Yeah, but only he had them.
Right. Yeah. No, that is probably
so
the
there's
most
less than
collectible.
100 made.
But Sexton, as far as ones that have been like more available to the public, like those old Sextons, man.
Ones that were sold for stock prices, yeah.
I'm glad I never owned a mint 2015 because like I don't even know how I'd be able to.
I had a 2015 that it's in the assistant coach at Liberty's bag. It's mine. It was mine. It was Lance. It was mine. I traded it to Lance Brown, so it had my name on it. Then it had Lance's name on it, and then I think Lance gave it to Devin.
Yeah, the one I threw in college, I believe, was a 2016.
I threw 2016s and 2017s, but I had one 2015.
2016s were good. The one I have right now...
2016s are even worth something.
The one I have right now, which is I think a 2021, they're just so straight. Like, and I get that's the point, and they are really good for sidearms, but it's like...
It's a Felon.
No. Mm-hmm. They're more torque resistant than Felon. Don't even talk to me about the Felon.
The Felon's a Sexton Firebird. Same disc.
Oh, gosh, no. Please don't.
That was always the sales pitch to me.
And that's why you hate the Felon.
No, well, the Felon started as it's supposed to be a Firebird. Then I didn't really like it. People were like, "Well, dude, it's a straight up Sexton Firebird." And I was like, "Well, I want a Sexton Firebird. I don't want a Felon."
It's not a Sexton.
I do not like I love the Felon's flight. I do not love how the Felon was sold to me.
He doesn't like it.
Anyways, we're gonna move on to the second segment here, called Hunter's Hints. This is what I replaced Trevor's Trivia with when you were gone.
That's funny.
We'll call it Hunter's Hints because I like the alliteration. And Connor did okay.
Okay.
He got, there's 4, so let me explain how the game's going to work. But basically I want to say he got 3 out of the 4. So I think, and he got him, what was his points? I want to say his points was like 16. I think so. Essentially, how this works is you get one guess per set of hints. So once you make your guess, you've locked in your answer.
Okay.
You get 1 point for each hint used before you guess if you get the right. If you get it incorrect, you get 5 points. You want as few points as possible.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're trying to guess a person. This is MPO players all time. Okay. You're trying to guess a person. You want as few points as possible. Each person I have 4 hints for.
Okay.
So if you guess it with the last hint, you get 4 points. But if you get it wrong, you get 5.
And do I know how many points he got?
I believe he got, because he got 1 wrong. He got 1 with a few hints. I think he got 16 because I think he averaged 4.
Okay. So it was taking him pretty much all the hints.
Yes.
Okay.
I think you're going to do better than him.
Okay. I don't know.
So we're going to start it off with this person. I'm going to give you 1 hint at a time, and you just ask me if you want another hint.
All right.
Okay. This person has the most wins of all time.
I'm pretty sure I know this. Oh gosh, I'm stuck between 2 people. No, but I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Shoot. Give me I feel like the second hint's not going to help me.
I'm not answering any question. I'm gonna play you a little tougher than Connor. I'm not answering.
All right. Give me one more hint.
Their only major win is at U.S. Masters.
It's Schwebe.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
I knew it was Schwebe, but I couldn't decide if it was him or Barry.
That's the one that Connor got wrong.
Oh, okay.
So,
I knew it was Schwebe.
2 points. That's a great start there. Okay. This next person has beaten more unique players than anyone else.
More unique players than anyone else. That's an interesting stat. Where the heck did you pull that?
Statmando.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool stat. That's what started this whole thing. I was like, that's a random stat.
So somebody's been around for a long time. Probably. Give me another hint.
They are a one-time NT champion.
Now that's interesting. Well, not particularly. It's still not going to help me. I need another hint.
They're an AM World champion.
Oh, I think I know who this is. Is Yuli?
Yes.
Wow,
fantastic.
I heard that stat somewhere. That's like that was in the back of my brain.
You have 5 points.
When you said AM World, I was like, oh, I think it's Yuli.
All right, you have 5 points so far.
Nice.
All right, this next person has won 36% of the majors that they have entered.
Gosh. I mean that is not a very good stat. Next.
They've made over $670,000 from cashing at events.
That's a lot. I'm pretty sure there's only like 3 people that could be. I need another hint.
17 major wins.
Oh gosh. Does Paul have? I think Paul has more than that. It's Climo.
5 points. It's Paul Macbeth.
Dang it! I thought Paul got more than that.
Paul. So Climo has 18 currently. Paul's 1 shy of him.
I thought he got it. I thought Climo had 17 and Paul got 18.
The next hint was going to be most money made in an event was 20 grand. I tried writing it to where you couldn't tell if it was Paul or Climo. That was my goal.
It was pretty. All
right,
tough.
so you have 5, and you had 5 going into it, so you're at 10 right now. So if you get this,
I can take all 4 hints and still win.
Realistically, you could get it incorrect and still beat Connor by 1.
Oh, sweet.
But you still try.
Yeah.
Play the game, okay?
I'm going to play the game.
All right, this person made $86,000 on the course this year.
Gannon Burr.
Wow. How the frick did you pull that one out?
Because I just tweeted it not that long ago.
Wow.
Or I replied to somebody's tweet or something. Oh no, it was when he was Instagram live with Silas Schultz, and I was like, he was like at school, and I was like, imagine making 86 bands this year and still being in school.
That's funny.
So.
All right, so you got 5, 10, 11 points. Well done. Very well done. You definitely beat Connor, even though I don't fully remember Connor's exact score. One of Gannon Burr's hints was started touring when they were 16. The final one's U.S. champion, so that's where you would have known.
Yeah.
But started touring 16 because that one, Connor was like, I think it's Gannon, but like a lot of players started when they were 16.
For some reason, I have like looked at how much Gannon has cashed a lot this year. I don't know why, but I've seen it over and over again because I was just tracking it because like he was somebody who hadn't won really up until USDGC, and I was like he's made so much money. Like he was like a really good example of like what you can make on tour if you just play consistently really well.
Yeah. There you have it. All right. Well,
nice.
We're going straight from Hunter's hints into Trevor's trivia.
Okay.
See what you got, Trevor.
So I had one game idea, but then I was like, I want to workshop it a little bit. So I'm going back to my original one.
Okay.
And this is like a little bit of disc golf geography, kind of. We've done stuff like this kind of before, but this is a little different. So the way this works is, of all the states in the United States, all 50, one of them, I'm just kidding, all 50 of them, there are 29 states that have at least 100 disc golf courses.
Okay.
And I want to see how far you can make. And maybe this is another one. I kind of like the whole, like, since Connor's gone, maybe we'll have him do it next week and see if he can get further without guessing one wrong.
They have 100 courses.
At least 100.
Okay.
And you get...
There's 21 states.
There is a 4-minute timer on here, so I'm going to throw that into the mix, but you go until you get one wrong or you run out of 4 minutes.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
California.
Correct.
Texas.
Correct.
North Carolina.
Let me find it. Correct. Just for reference, California has 404, Texas 568, Carolina 341. So, like, you're very much in the clear with those states.
But now I'm just like, Florida.
Yep. They have 206.
The north scares me. Because, like, staying in the
Time's
South's
ticking.
easy. I know. Let's calm down. Georgia.
173.
That was closer than I'd like it to be. Come on, PDGA, your home state. Michigan.
377.
Yeah. Minnesota.
Make sure I click the correct one. 360. Man, this is testing my... I have to click on this map. It's testing
Tennessee.
my geography right now. 190.
Oh boy. We got to go up north somewhere, Hunter. Come on, there's got to be more. Ohio.
Ohio has 327.
Kentucky.
Kentucky is this one. 122.
Whoo, that one was close.
You're doing really well, though. You got 10 out of 29.
Let's go a little far. 29. I got to think every state that is on my mind has to have 100 then, realistically. Okay, we're going to stay out of the Northeast because that's too scary.
You're almost halfway through your time.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania is 256.
Yeah, I don't know how I forgot that one. Virginia.
186.
South Carolina.
158.
I've gotten the whole
The East Coast is good.
East Coast right there. Alabama.
140.
Woo! Okay.
This is pretty good.
Um,
Officially halfway through your time.
Louisiana. No!
Only 71.
Come on, Silas Schultz. Step your game up, man.
You didn't go to Oregon. I'm surprised.
Oregon, well, because we were playing in that West Coast trip, and there was such a big stretch with no courses in Oregon.
163.
Because we were looking.
Another one you missed
stretch,
was Indiana has 228.
Indiana would have been a good one.
That's a big one.
Does Utah?
Utah has 94. That was a trap.
Wow.
Colorado though 224.
Colorado, I should have thought of.
Let me find the other.
What about Nevada? I was thinking about Nevada.
38.
Wow.
It's a desert. Idaho has 105. Washington has 155. So those.
I wouldn't have got either of those.
You were missing. Yeah. You did pretty well though. You got that one. You definitely could have gotten a lot further though, because you did really well on the East Coast, but then you missed a few that, like Colorado especially.
Colorado was an easy one.
But you got 14.
What was the Northeast? Any in the Northeast? Like Maine? I almost said
like,
Massachusetts a few times.
I'm pretty sure I don't know about Massachusetts. Hold on.
Massachusetts scared me.
Let me look, because I know, like, when I was looking at this earlier, like Vermont is not.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said Vermont.
Massachusetts only has 69.
Yeah.
New York has 154.
Would never have guessed it.
I wouldn't have
I don't think
either.
I've ever heard of a course in New York. New Jersey, I might have eventually guessed.
I think you pretty much had our region. Yeah, I think you pretty much had like the East figured out though, because like the rest of it you had, or you didn't have to guess. So you would pretty much clean it. You got 14. So we'll see what Connor can do next time.
I'm pretty confident in that.
That was pretty good.
Mainly, if you put a map in front of Connor, it'll really screw him.
Yeah, I don't know. That'll be he'll be interesting to see if he can just. I mean, you have a better than 50% chance at the beginning of just guessing.
Yeah.
So like we'll see.
I'm trying to think of which other ones. Because Oregon, the reason I didn't guess it was when we were looking at the West Coast and possibly like driving.
There was distance.
That big stretch with no courses, and I was like, how can there be that much landmass with not a single course?
It's true.
And have 100 courses? I should have just went for it because I thought of Oregon a few different times.
It's just a big state.
Yeah. That's really what it comes down to is like some of those states out there, just the landmass.
Yeah.
Like you could have a course every 40 miles and still have 100 courses easy.
Yeah, I wonder what the average like course per certain square miles is like in the US, like what it breaks down to. Like how many courses do we have in the US? How many square miles is the US? Divide. We could do that surely, right?
Sure. 9,000 disc golf courses in the US. Nope, that's the world. No, 9,000. Yeah, that's the US. There's around 9,000 in the US.
How many square miles?
Square miles, USA. 3.79 million miles squared. Yeah, square miles. Okay, so we're going to want to do 9,000 divided by?
No.
3.79 divided by.
9 million.
Divided by 9,000. 421.
So you have one
miles.
disc golf course per 420 square miles. Not that impressive.
421.
Better. Do better.
It'd be more disc golf if it was 420.
Yeah. But do better disc golf. We need to get that number down to like 50.
How many? So let's say that everyone, here we go. This 2021 population of the U.S. was 331 million. So if everyone in the U.S. played disc golf, that would average 36,000 people per course.
It's not enough.
Do you really think every course that you play can hold 36,000 people?
Do better.
Do better, disc golf. Grow the sport. All right, this next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the 2023 Pro Tour. I don't know why I'm just saying like the next thing we're going to do. Great transitions, Hunter. Act like you've done this before.
It was some kind of game show, pretty much.
2023 Pro Tour season, and we're going to just tier list the crap out of this thing. We're going to avoid silver events because screw them. That's why.
Silver events are automatically like D tier.
Are we going to go like true tier list or you want to rank?
No, I think the ranking would be way too hard. We go tier list.
Okay.
So I think we have S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and then F tier.
You know what we should have done?
What?
We aren't going to do it now because it's too late. We should have just, instead of the tier, we should have put TDs as the list of each.
Oh
so
my
like
gosh.
each tier title is a TD's name.
That would go over amazing.
We're not going to do that. Okay, so starting off with Las Vegas Challenge. I think it's an A tier. That sounds like I'm saying the sanctioning of the event. I think that belongs on A.
I really like Las Vegas. I will say players don't really like it because they think that like all but one of the courses stink, is what I've heard. And for that reason, I almost want to give it a B tier. I also think that it gets like automatic momentum because it's the first ones. I would make it a B tier.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm also fine with Waco being a B tier.
Yeah, the Texas Swing to me, Waco for the logo alone gets it a B tier, I think.
Now, the Open at Austin, we don't really know much about. Do we know anything about it?
Yeah, where is that one going to be played?
Because they replaced the Open at Belton, but I don't think it's the same thing. Like, I don't think it's the exact same event.
And it's an Elite Series now.
Correct.
Yeah, the
I don't know if there's
website. It'll say where it is.
Well, it's Austin.
Yeah, what course it is.
I don't know if they have that.
Don't they?
Pro Tour.
Can I buy tickets yet?
No.
Pre-sales?
Schedule. They still have
They don't even
2022
have the schedule posted?
Surely this is the 2023. Nope.
Oh my gosh, bro. What are they doing?
What are we doing, Pro Tour?
Why would you not have the next year's schedule posted? You already announced it. You can't take back.
Maybe they don't have the dates yet? No, they have the dates. Yeah.
It's all done.
Am I going to have to go to Ultiworld to find the Pro Tour schedule? Tour schedule. Let's click this button. Let's see if this takes me there.
Save place.
2022 Pro Tour schedule. Okay, we're going to Ultiworld to find the Pro Tour schedule. Disc golf. Which Ultiworld, we weren't on your Black Friday list, and I'm a little hurt by it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
So, the fact that I'm even giving you free press right now.
It's kind of messed up.
How do I find this?
You're not going to find it, man.
Disc Golf Pro Tour 2023 schedule. Okay.
Just go to that.
Pro Tour announces event schedule. Are these going to be clickable links? This is what I'm literally on the other page. They're not clickable links, Hunter. Event calendar. Maybe this will help.
Maybe. Nope, probably not.
Nope, because the Open at Belton, which is gone. Why is this so hard to find?
Maybe green splatter. In green splatter we trust?
Well, they aren't going to have links because, like, why would they? Okay, Open at Austin doesn't have a link. All right, so you know what? Just for this, we're going F tier because we can't find any information about it. So as far as I know, it's at Dash's track in Dallas, and they just said Austin because they didn't know.
Yeah.
As far as I know, because I don't know any information on it. So F tier. Music City Open. I feel like it's kind of turned tides. Like, I feel like players are starting to like it more because it used to not be that popular of an event.
Well, it depends what courses they use.
I think they're using the same course, but I think they or did they move it closer to Nashville?
I feel like they moved it.
How do we don't know anything about these
Let's
events.
make it a C tier.
That's what I was thinking. I think it's upgrading slowly.
It's a C
I think
tier.
it's a C tier event. Champions Cup, we're going majors.
Yeah.
Champions Cup's S tier.
I agree.
They're back at WR Jackson.
Sick name, cool qualifying thing. WR Jackson's goated.
Yeah, S tier event.
S tier.
Jonesboro Open.
Disc side I have, it's pretty cool. I'd say A tier.
I'm on A.
Yeah.
The OTB Open.
They play out in Cali.
Yeah, that golf course. I think B. B or C?
I'd say C.
C?
Yeah, it doesn't
only
excite me, but it's fine.
The redeeming quality is there's not really a golf course swing anymore. Although we do go straight to Portland Open.
Yeah.
Which is an Elite Plus event. Okay, OTB C, Portland Open B.
Yeah.
Because I think the Portland course is a little better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Dynamic Discs Open.
Glendevere, you ever heard of it?
Dynamic Discs, they're
Open?
in June this time around. Instead of April.
Oh, I would say DDO is A tier.
Yeah, especially if in June, wind should be down a little bit. That should help drastically. A tier.
Oh, oof, yeah. Does the wind make it a B tier?
I think if it's in April, it's a B. Because if it's as windy as it was last year, it's like unplayable.
I think the
But the courses are kind of soft without the wind.
I think they're fun though.
I'm fine with B.
Okay, let me get a B.
I'm fine with B. Des Moines Challenge, Elite Series this year. Was it last year? I think it was last year.
Yeah, it was.
They have the cool, like,
they
everyone
do have
talks
that cool
about
logo.
And everyone talks about Pickard Park, like how the fans just pour in there, like how people, like, it's a hype of environment. I think A tier because I hear pros talk good about that all the time.
Okay, yeah, let's make it. And they say they use challenge instead of open.
You know what? Do we go S tier for that?
No.
A tier. You're right. Let's calm down. The Preserve Championship.
I like the Preserve. I would say it's A tier.
A tier as well. That's fine. I'm kind of indifferent. I don't have a strong opinion. The PCS Open. I believe this was the Sula Open last year, right?
Yeah, the PCS Sula
Back to an Elite Series.
The course was pretty cool.
Tough part's it's in Europe.
Yeah,
so
because
it's like
in Europe the event is automatically going to be like a little poo-poo because there won't be a ton of
field won't
players.
be as good, but the field will still be great.
I think it's a B tier.
The strength of field will be good.
I think it's like a B tier.
I'm okay with that. European Open, I think, has to be S tier.
It is S tier.
Because it's like...
Course is so sick.
Yeah, it does have the European field, which we just zonked PCS for.
Yeah, but it'd be a little bit better.
The course, the fans...
Look at how bad the PCS field was last year. Now, it wasn't an Elite Series.
It was silver last year, at least.
But it was bad.
All right, Ledgestone.
Ledgestone's A tier.
I think I'm fine with A tier. It would be S tier if Northwoods Black could have live disc golf.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Like the event itself is probably a S tier, but once you factor in the live issues, unless they can solve those, then it's got to be A.
Yeah. Also, like the throwing over the baseball field situation.
True that.
So
the Open at Idlewild.
Idlewild's pretty
I think
sick.
A or B.
Probably A.
I'm fine with that. Now the first playoff event, D-Glow, Toboggan.
Toboggan's sick.
Toboggan is sick if they put more OB down. If they put OB down, S tier. If they don't, I'm thinking A or B.
Let's make it a B.
Let's go B.
Yeah.
World Championships back in Vermont this year.
World Championships, if we're just going as the event in general, I'm going to say it is a B tier event. Because of the inconsistency in how it's run.
That's fair, but at Vermont,
it will probably be
S tier.
Yes, I agree.
So which way are we going? We're going
right
this
in the
year's
middle,
World?
A tier.
A tier. Okay.
Right in the middle.
USW DGC, I think F tier because Throw Pink Women's exists and that should be the major.
Yeah.
So you know
F-tier.
what? USDGC / Throw Pink Women's S tier.
That's right.
USWDGC F tier, because
Why you do this?
why are you not letting everyone knows September 21st through 24th is going to come around. Paige Pierce is going to be pissed about something. Probably like 3 other players are going to start complaining. Then immediately whoever wins the major is going to be shrouded in this. Like, it's just going to be like, well, it's a major, but blah, blah, blah. And then this year, the next week, they play Throw Pink Women's.
Yeah.
And the next week,
immediately going to get squashed.
it's immediately going to get just
they've got to fix it.
covered up, because whoever wins Throw Pink Women's is going to feel like the U.S. Women's
They
champion.
either have to fix it, or they need to make U.S. Women's like so grand that like it can't be ignored. Like, it's got to be insane.
The way everything's set
I
up,
want locker rooms
structure-wise,
with mahogany lockers in it.
no, just treat it like USDGC. Just honestly, just treat it the same. Like, just have the same grandeur around it. As far as realistically, the complaints I've heard, it's not even asking them to do anything
Just
special.
pick better courses.
Pick better courses. Pick better courses with better baskets. Have a little bit more fanfare around the event, like flags and stuff like that. Make it feel like a major.
They're trying to do something really difficult, which is separate themselves from the men's tour and like compare themselves to a men's event that is the most well-run and funded event of the year.
Yeah, that's a tough thing.
So
it's
can't do that.
USDGC is an S tier event through and through, and Throw Pink Women's is the perfect female version of
This
that.
wouldn't happen if you were doing this with like a women's world.
Dude, the funniest thing to me was, I don't remember what Twitter account, but there is some Twitter account that was trying to come after USDGC for not having a women's field when they're running Throw Pink Women's there. And the reason they don't have a women's field is because USWDGC exists, and they were trying to come after Innova. And I was like, Innova is putting on an A tier, running it better than the US Women's Major. And I would imagine the entire FPO field would agree with that statement. Mm-hmm. And paying out probably just as good as the major, or close, and giving the FPO giving the FPO probably one of the better events they play in all year. And the reason that it's separate is because USWDGC exists. So really, it's the PDGA that should be someone should come after the PDGA, not Innova with that. Regardless, so USWDGC F tier because Throw Pink Women's exists, and we're including that in USDGC, which is an S tier. So Throw Pink Women's, USDGC, S tier. Pro Tour Championship.
This is a tough one for me.
It's tough because if you remove it from the playoff scenario, right, and that whole idea where the Pro Tour champion can be just someone random, if you remove it from that, the event style is electric. It always creates an insane finish, ton of fun to watch, S tier. But when you factor in the entire season, I'm going to say B.
Yeah, I think, it is very entertaining. However, when you give out the highest amount, highest purse amount to a player that, if your highest purse amount of the season is an event with a lot of randomness to it, and you're claiming it's the finale, I don't know. You know how we feel about
What
this.
do you think of...
We've said this a million times, but I still think, I would say, honestly, it's B or A because, it is incredibly entertaining, and you get to see them play for a lot of money. I mean, the finish this year was electrifying, and it almost always is because, it just kind of funnels people into where you have, 4 players that are just red hot.
What do you think of this? I think I talked about it on debate night. The playoff system right now isn't that cutthroat because the field isn't deep enough yet.
Right.
And having the words playoff just kind of feels weird to me because I feel like it should be all together a little bit more. What do you think of each event separate? So you have a D-Glow winner, MVP Open winner, Pro Tour Championship is the finale. So it leads up to that. I think those are it. Or is Worlds a part of the playoff? Mm-mm. So it's just 2 playoff events and then
I think so.
Tour Championship. Okay. For some reason, Green Mountain Championship isn't on here. Oh, because Worlds is there.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought there was 3 playoff events.
Isn't that interesting?
Doesn't matter.
Why did they get to not have 2 events, but DDO did?
Well, it's probably because Jeff Spring chose not to, because he's a smart man.
Good guy, Jeff Spring. Respect.
Anyways, what would you think of this scenario? Going into D-Glow, you have D-Glow be its normal event, but then you have the playoff start. The playoff start, you have the stroke head start going into D-Glow. So essentially you have like Calvin Heimberg win D-Glow, let's say, right? But Ricky had a 7-stroke head start on D-Glow. So then going into MVP, the strokes roll over.
So it's like an aggregate.
Yeah. So playoff-wise, Ricky's still in the lead with like 4 strokes over. Then you have MVP happen. Corey Ellis wins MVP.
Oh.
And Ricky loses 2 more strokes to Calvin. So now going into the Pro Tour Championship through 2 events, Ricky has a 1-stroke lead over Calvin.
So basically,
whatever.
it's like it's a way to do the stroke head start, but give more time for strokes to be made up.
Yeah. So you do the stroke head start at D-Glow. You have the event still happen, so players can still win the event and all of that. So it doesn't take away from D-Glow and MVP, but it gives the playoffs a little bit more meaning up top because then it's an aggregate score. Then you go into the Pro Tour Championship, and now you're using the aggregate score. So you basically have 8 rounds of disc golf leading into the Pro Tour Championship across 2 events, and then you battle it out wherever with the stroke head start. Because then the playoffs mean a little bit more.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's interesting. That's a good idea.
And I don't think it'd be too hard to follow. It
No.
would be a little weird because you would have like whoever won D-Glow wouldn't be the leader in the playoffs.
Right,
but as long as it's clearly communicated.
it wouldn't be that hard to track that narrative. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Because I was just thinking like the playoffs aren't going to mean anything. We actually on debate night,
They
Brody
won't
was
mean
saying,
anything until the cuts get like the field gets way deeper.
Well, what Brody
like
was
twice as
saying
deep.
that I thought was fascinating is he was listening to a podcast. I think it was the Foreplay podcast, which is a golf podcast. And what they were saying is that if you have a field, I think he was saying like if you had a field that was full of only the top 20 guys, or you had a field of 80 players, but only one of the top 20 was there, in golf, it's way harder to win in the field of 80 players with only one of the top 20 versus winning in the field with only the top 20. Because 80th player on the tour is
Really
capable
good.
of winning.
Right.
Whereas in disc golf, we were saying it's the opposite, we feel like. Like if the
agree.
top 20 players are there, that's a way harder event to win than like the silver event at Lake Marshall, which is what started this whole, or even go back a week to, Lake Marshall and then throw New World Open. Those 2 events in disc golf, because the field's not deep enough yet, the 80th player in the world isn't going to win an event.
Yeah.
So if they're in the field, they're there just to hopefully cash. Whereas in golf, the 80th player in the world could win. And so it was an interesting conversation, but I think that's where the playoffs will start to mean more is like 3-4 years from now, that cut line will be a little more brutal because there's chances that like not a tour winner from that season, but a past tour winner could slip towards the cut line of the playoff.
Yeah.
But as it sits currently, you can trim the field to the top 36, and the majority of people's fans' favorites are in the top 36 year after year.
Right.
Like it's a tough
It is
line.
true, yeah.
But it'll as the sport grows. I was just trying to think of a way that like the playoffs, the first 2 playoff events just don't mean anything for the top, because you're at the top. Yeah, you might get bumped off the bye into the semi. That's like the only thing that could happen though,
Right.
if you're in the top 4. And so like realistically, the first 2 playoff events don't really mean much. But if it was like an aggregate scoring system,
That's an interesting proposition.
I don't know. That's just something I thought of. I don't remember. I think I thought about it on debate night. I'm pretty sure. But all right, we're gonna go a little off-season player tracking because nothing happened. The Team Foundation applications, we have a lot of you. Thank you all so much. They close in 2 days. We'll be reviewing those. But as far as like actual off-season player news, nothing since Nico. Been a pretty quiet off-season. I'm sure things will pick up here semi-soon. There should be some announcements, but
Sometimes it takes a while, man.
But I think once the floodgates open, then the floodgates will open.
Katrina Allen dropped a website. It's all that. DGA,
Nice.
man, they're just trying their best.
DGA is cool. We're going to do this game. We did it with Connor, and people really enjoyed it. So we're going to do it with Trevor, and then maybe in the future week we'll flip it, and I'll be the one guessing. But essentially, I had Silas put a stack of discs somewhere behind me. We're going to pull our hats down over our eyes so that neither of us can see. Essentially, how the game works is I'm going to be feeling the disc. Let me see if my dad just called me, but let me see if he called me twice in a row or if my phone was just... He only called me once. Okay. Not an emergency. I'm going to be feeling the disc with my eyes closed, and I'm going to be explaining to Trevor what I'm feeling.
Okay.
I can't use disc names. So I can't tell you, man, this really feels like a destroyer.
Right.
Should we allow me to use... I don't remember the rules with Connor, but should we allow me to use brands or no?
Well,
I feel like probably not.
If you did use brands with
Silas,
Connor,
do you
this
remember-
is going to be incredibly unfair.
Did I use brands with Connor? Yeah. I did? Yeah. I said it feels like Innova.
Then
Okay.
like I'm gonna
Okay.
need that.
Then we'll go. I'll be able to say what plastic it feels
Okay.
like, because realistically, that's a big advantage, but it also could screw us because I could say something feels like
True.
Star. It's not Star.
True.
So I'm gonna be descriptive.
Okay.
With Connor, we got 4 out of 5. How many molds are behind me, Silas? Silas is gonna come over here and check.
You only asked.
There's definitely 4.
Okay, go grab a fifth. I'll close my eyes.
You guys got 4 out of 5.
We went 4 out of 5, and we missed the easy one. We missed the heat. I think it was the heat that we
That is
missed.
so impressive. Like I feel like it's gonna be so difficult.
Connor and I were kind of like, there's my mic. Connor and I were kind of goated that day. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's very impressive to me.
All right, Silas is out there grabbing the
I'd say if
fifth
we
mold.
get 2 out of 5, that'd be pretty
I
good.
think we can do it. I don't think it's as hard as you think, because I thought it was gonna be very hard, and then we started like kind of. I don't know though. Connor and I kind of got in a groove.
What were your molds though?
We had the Cloud Breaker. We
Okay, that's a
had
pretty good guess.
a Raider, I
Pretty
believe.
good too.
We missed the heat.
Yeah.
We had a putter of some type.
Was it an envy?
My eyes are closed.
Why do
Yeah,
I feel like you had an envy?
we might have had an envy.
Here, I'll hand you the first one.
Oh, Silas gonna hand me the first disc.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, I got it. I have it in my hand. Ooh, this is scary. Okay, it is a fairway driver.
Okay.
It has embossing like a Trilogy or Discmania mold. So on the bottom
okay.
of it,
So we could be talking FD or PD if it was Discmania.
it kind of feels royal.
It feels like
It
Royal
could
line,
be.
So it could
be Supreme.
Could be a Supreme Escape potentially.
Potentially. It definitely doesn't feel Sea Line.
Does it feel like an Escape like Flippy-ish?
Here's the thing. I don't know what an Escape feels like.
So you would.
Let me describe the rim to you.
It would feel flippy.
It could be flippy, but it also could be overstable.
Like if you power grip it underneath, like that's when you would feel flippy. The way it kind of traps your fingers.
So it's got a like very flat start and then curls up at the end on the rim.
That's not gonna help me.
Okay, well, let's ignore that. Here, all I can tell you, I don't know if Trilogy has made any other fairways in that plastic. Have
The
they?
Felon. Oh, and the Supreme, no.
This feels Supreme plastic to me.
Well, Orbit, like the Orbit Felon is like the same plastic. Is it a Felon? Do you know?
No,
Do you think it's a
no,
Felon?
it's not a Felon.
It would be either. Or is
I
it
really hope I'm not leading
is
you
it
down the wrong
Is it
road.
the T-Bird clone?
Here's the man.
What's the T-Bird clone called?
The Athena?
No.
Here's the thing.
The Trilogy one.
It doesn't feel like an Escape. That's all I.
Okay, what's that T-Bird clone they made? What's that called? I can't. I'm blanking.
The more I feel it, the less confident I am in anything I've said. This is terrible.
What is that? What's that T-Bird clone called?
This disc feels
it-
semi-familiar to me.
Does it feel like a T-Bird?
No, it feels a little faster than a T-Bird.
Are you sure it's not an Escape then?
It doesn't feel flippy like an Escape would feel flippy to me. I don't.
So are you feeling more like PD? Is the rim super stiff?
Kinda, but like I'm terrified that it's. I don't think it's Sea Line. I don't think it's Sea Line, but it
did
could
Connor guess any of these?
be. It feels it feels semi-familiar to me. Which
I still can't even think of what the name of that new.
here's the thing, it's not an FD. So if it is
Latitude fairway is.
Discmania, it has to be the PD. How
Okay.
confident am I in that?
The
Not.
PD,
I'm not.
like you should feel the sharpness in the edge of that rim, like the underside of the rim. Like you should feel like it should feel a little sharp
It doesn't.
when you're. So then it's not a PD then.
Okay.
It couldn't be.
Okay. Man, I wish I haven't felt a disc in like a week.
Gosh. Dude.
So I could be
I'm
feeling a
just really
7
annoyed
speed
because I can't
and be
think
guessing.
I can't think of the name of the T-Bird.
I could be feeling a 7 speed and be telling you it's not a 7.
Do you seriously not remember the name either?
No, I don't.
You know what I'm talking about, though,
So
right?
they've come out with the Rive. They've come out with the Trust. They've come out with the Grace.
the
Glory.
Glory. The way he said that so confused makes me think it's not the Glory.
I don't think it's Fusion.
Well, that's
This does not feel Fusion to me.
okay.
The more I feel it, the more it could be Sea Line. It doesn't feel lucid. It doesn't
I hate
feel
this
lucid.
so much because like I know if it is an escape, I know I could feel it immediately.
It's not an escape.
Oh my!
I would be so shocked if I'm holding an escape right now.
Oh my gosh!
The more I feel it, the more it might be sea line. The less I'm confident it's Supreme Plastic. Although my initial gut reaction was Supreme Plastic. So do with that information what you will.
Well, if it's a fairway and it's Supreme, it has to be.
It's not an escape.
The escape.
I will.
So
This feels too stable to be an escape.
So then it can't be Supreme. If it's a fairway.
That is a true statement.
So that means it has to be C line.
Okay.
Which would mean it's only a PD or an FD.
Oh boy, Hunter.
What are we saying?
Describe the FD. Like, what would I feel?
You throw it. I don't even know it. Like I
haven't thrown an FD in a long time. It's in my bag. I just never pull it out.
Oh my gosh. It would be like significantly slower than a PD though in rim feel. It'd feel more rounded, less sharp at the end. I think.
This feels stable. I'm confident. I'm not confident, but I'm comfortable with PD.
All right, PD's our guess.
Locked in. That disc is on the bottom. We don't look.
Okay, that's fun.
All right, I have the next one.
This must be so funny for people that are watching.
I have the next one in my hand.
Okay.
Ew. I do look?
No, let's not look till the end. That's actually hilarious.
Do you want me to look, Silas? Where's my mic? There's my mic. Should I look? You want me to look, Trevor?
Okay, fine.
All right, I'm going to put this disc back to my right so I don't see it. We're 1 for 1, baby.
It was?
It was the PD.
All right.
We're 1 for 1.
Nice. Okay, good job, Hunter.
Don't congratulate me on that. I told you it was Supreme Plastic. I am off my game.
You circled back, though. You did. You circled back.
Okay, I have another disc in my hand.
Okay.
It's very flat.
Okay.
Does
it feel like gyro?
No, not gyro.
Not gyro. Flat.
No.
Like, are we thinking cap wrap? Is there anything on the inside?
No,
of the
it's
rim?
fast. It's fast.
It's fast.
Flat and fast.
Oh, so it's gonna be. It could be the Recon or whatever that Legacy one.
No, it doesn't feel legacy to me. Let me feel the inside of the
It would
rim.
be those clear ones. Do we have?
No.
Or Rampage, not
Here's
a
what
Recon. It'd be the Rampage.
It almost feels Lone Star-esque, but I don't feel any stickers, which is the problem.
Lone Star and flat and fast.
Wait, what am I feeling right here?
I don't know.
Okay, we've got a sticker, but it's long.
So it's Discraft.
No. It's got to be a Chinese-made disc.
Oh,
Like it's one of those made in China.
Oh.
Okay, so what that tells us is we could be looking at a Yikun disc.
Well, we're toast. How are we supposed to know that?
We could be looking Yikun, or we could be looking Yikun. We could be looking Prodigy.
It's flat and fast. We have X
feels
series.
overstable. It's very shallow.
It is very shallow, so it could be X series. Do we have like X2s?
It feels faster, Trevor. It feels like a 13 speed. Like it's uncomfortable in my hand.
That's what makes me think that Legacy disc, but I'm pretty sure there's not stickers on those.
There's definitely
I mean, if it's a Yikun disc, we might as well just put it down because like
there's definitely a sticker right here.
We're not going to know the name.
The plastic doesn't quite feel Yikun. Like it feels nice.
It
could be
feels
Yikun.
pretty good.
But it doesn't really feel Prodigy 400. Could it be Castaplast? Does Castaplast put stickers on the bottom?
They're round, I believe.
What do you mean by round? Like the edges?
Circular.
The edges of this are round.
I want to say. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. But I don't think they have big stickers.
My phone's vibrating somewhere over there. Okay. The plastic feels very, very nice in my hand. It doesn't feel like 400 though. And
this is so difficult.
it doesn't feel Yikun to me. I could be completely wrong on that. Does Castaplast make any very fast drivers?
They make the Grim and the Grim X, but they're not that fast. The Rask is the only one that's that fast, and you would know that immediately because it has that thing on the
That's
bottom.
the thing in the middle. Okay, it doesn't have that. Okay, so Castaplast is out the window.
It's got to be between, and like Discmania has some made in China stuff, but
No, it doesn't feel Active Line. It's too like it's kind of got some gumminess to it.
Active Line is gummy. But they
Active
don't
Line is? No.
Yeah, it is. But they don't have anything flat and fast.
This is flat, fast, and feels semi overstable. I'm clueless. I'm so sorry.
And you're saying no way it's X Line. I think that's going to be our only thing.
It
we can
feels
guess.
too fast to be X-Line.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's Yikun,
Does any other brand put stickers on the bottom?
it's not. It doesn't feel like, oh, could it be a D model OS? It could be. Those are shallow.
But don't they have some dome?
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Oh, hold up. We've got a
Whoa.
trilogy nipple. The top nipple. You know what I'm talking about?
You mean like it's pointy?
Like you know how discs are flat and then they like where the
Yeah.
like that top middle?
Yeah.
It's got that. It's got that.
Oh, but it has a sticker.
But it has the sticker. I can feel the sticker and it's like a glossy sticker.
What?
And it's big. And there's no other markings on the bottom of this thing. What is right here? Okay, the weight might be embossed. The weight's embossed. That's
not
the
good.
only embossing on it.
There's a weight embossed on there. That X-Nay's Prodigy.
There's something small embossed right here.
Prodigy.
I think we're feeling a Yikun disc.
Oh my
Because I
god.
think Yikun embosses the bottom,
So
don't they?
So we just say Yikun distance driver because like we don't know the names of any.
Let's just go. What's a Yikun disc that comes to your mind?
I don't know.
Just
name
say
of-
one.
The Zhang.
The Zhang.
I think it's a mid.
It was Yikun. It was Luan.
Never had a chance.
Luan.
I do know the name
Phoenix
of that disc
Premium.
now that it was said to me, but at least in my mind that's a half a point.
That's a half a point.
Because we just don't know the names of those, but like we arrived at the correct
It
destination.
was Yikun. It was given away by the sticker.
How are we supposed to know the name of the
Half
Yikun
a point.
disc?
Half a point.
You do this for a living.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
I got the next disc. in
Not
my hand.
anymore.
Next disc is in my hand. We are focused. We're moving on. I think I know what this is, but I can't
When
say
I worked
the
in the
title.
warehouse, we didn't even have Yikun discs. You think
True.
you know what it is?
It's a very unique feeling putter.
Okay, thumb track.
No. Like a. Oh, my mind's going Lone Star.
Your mind's going Lone Star. You're thinking Jackrabbit.
I'm thinking, what's the other one? Jackrabbit or
Penny?
no
Oh, the
bull snake? Jackrabbit or bull snake? Well, describe the bull snake's like the zone type disc.
The bull snake is the one that they were like they weren't trying to make as deep as they did.
Describe that to me.
Like if you power grip it, your fingers would go quite a ways into the disc. There is like kind of a triangular point on the rim. Like the Jackrabbit's more rounded on the rim, whereas the bull snake's more of a point. There's a bead. There's a bead on the bull snake.
Is there not on the Jackrabbit?
I
We do have a
don't
bead.
believe so.
We do have a bead.
So that would say bull snake.
We're going bull snake.
Yeah.
I'm terrified I'm leading you astray.
Okay.
We're going bull snake. It was the Jackrabbit.
Is there a bead on it?
There is a bead.
No, I didn't think it had a bead.
Well, yeah. Well, we missed that, so we technically can't beat me and Connor. Although this is a much harder selection of discs, I must say. All right, we've got a Discraft disc or DGA. We got an inside rim.
Probably gonna be DGA because Sauce is a menace.
We got inside rim action going on. Weight sticker. It's like a 6 or 7 speed.
Oh my gosh. Does it feel like a stalker? Is there a little bead? Does it feel like that kind of range?
No bead. Kind of's got like almost like a rim, not really a rim bead going on.
It's not passion, is it? So this feels slow to me.
No, this feels Z.
Like a Sting or an Archer potentially.
It definitely, man, what's tough is Discraft's flight numbers. It could be, I could be holding.
Does it feel like a true driver, or is it like a Sting or an Archer where it's like halfway in between?
It does not feel true driver.
So that's okay. So we're back to like.
But I don't know if it feels flippy enough to be a Sting or an Archer. Okay, let me just hand me
you
this
don't think
disc.
it's
Let me guess the flight. So I would say we're talking 6.5 to 7 speed, which with Discraft I feel like is always faster. So I think we're looking 7 or 8 speed.
That doesn't. Is it? Could be a Mantis.
Could it be a Mantis?
Do we even have Mantises?
Gosh, this rim is the most deceptive thing I've ever felt in my life. It feels so thin right now, but I don't know if that's because I was just feeling the Luan and then that Jackrabbit just jacks everything up because it feels so big.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty impossible.
Okay. Explain to me some manti.
You're the one that threw mantis
feelings.
more than I have. The only difference
I am off my A game right now, bad.
The only big difference is like if it truly feels like, oh, this is just barely a fairway, then like it's got to be stalker, sting, or archer.
It's not a stalker because it doesn't have a bead. And it doesn't feel flippy enough to be a stinger and archer. So it must be faster than I'm thinking.
I also think the archer has a bead.
It doesn't have a bead. This disc does not. So
oh, could it be a zombie? Do we have
no. It's got two defined. It almost feels like a little bit slower T-bird. So I might be okay with mantis. I might be okay with that guess.
Okay. I don't even know. Yeah.
But it doesn't feel that familiar to me. I don't know what I'm holding, and I threw mantises. So that's the only thing that scares me.
Oh gosh.
But it might be our only option.
Okay.
What else? Let's go through some other fairways from Discraft.
Like if it was really
Does DGA have embossing on the rim?
I don't know.
Let's just throw that out.
I don't
DGA. We're gonna go Discraft fairways. Predator, no. Onyx, no. Athena, no. Huh? No, because it feels Z. It definitely feels Z.
Okay.
Definitely feels Z. Athena, no.
Oh my gosh.
What else we got? Mantis, we're keeping that on the table. Stalker, no. Archer, no. Sting, no. Heat, no. Avenger SS, no.
Vulture?
Oh, no. Too slow. Definitely too slow to be a vulture.
Okay.
Right? Yes, definitely too slow to be a vulture.
Okay.
I think it's too fast to be a zombie.
Okay.
I think the mantis might be the only option.
All right, just choose
mantis.
Mantis.
It is a mantis.
Hey, let's go.
Feel this disc. Feel how thin that rim. Does it feel thin to you?
Yeah, but it's the
Like, that doesn't
rounded.
feel like an
what
8
you
speed.
should have been keying off of was that little rounded inside part, like when the rim meets the flight plate.
Okay, we got a mantis.
That's what you got to key off.
All
of.
right. I think we have one more.
Gosh,
This is it right here. This is
you've
it.
done pretty. I'm like pretty. If we can get this one,
Okay,
I'd be
this
pretty
is gyro.
impressed.
This is gyro.
Oh, gosh.
I can feel it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can feel it on the rim.
What kind of driver?
Yes.
Fairway or distance or in between?
We're going slow distance.
That's not good. I don't know anything in that slot other than the photon. Could it be a photon? Is it pretty flat?
I mean, they're all flat.
Yeah.
Flat. Feels flat and stable.
Does it feel like a photon?
I feel like it feels more stable than a photon.
I don't know anything else in that. Like I know they have like you would know. I would not. That's the thing. I don't know the gyro distance drives that well because like I know the octane and I think there's like
It's not an octane. Man, I'm gonna feel like an idiot if it's a photon. But I just
hold it in that forehand grip, man.
very comfortable. Very, very comfortable.
Like familiar, like home. Just
I feel very good throwing it forehand. We could go photon.
Do we just do it?
It feels
'Cause
too
I don't-
stable.
I don't know,
but it could be.
What, like the more unless it's like a fireball.
What speed's that?
It's like a 9. Could it be a fireball?
Oh boy. It feels a little faster, but I could be wrong. It's definitely their see-through plastic, Proton or whatever that is. It's definitely see-through.
Oh,
I can
then
I can
then
feel
it's probably
that.
not a photon because we don't ever get photon in that plastic.
I can feel. I mean, obviously it could be neutron, but this really feels like that stiff rim, like see-through plastic is what it feels like.
I don't feel like we usually get photons in that plastic.
I don't know if I've ever seen a fireball in that plastic though.
I know because those are
Let me see if I can read Braille with my fingers.
yes.
No, can't. I can't even tell you which side says PDGA approved and which side says the disc name.
I don't know. I don't know any other ones that would fit that slot.
I don't either. Okay, let's just throw. Man alive. It really feels like they're see-through plastic to me. What is that? Is it Proton?
It's proton.
It feels like
Proton
that, but I
photon.
agree. The discs, I don't think we have the discs that I think fit this in that plastic. So I must be feeling the plastic wrong, which I already have multiple times.
Okay.
So let's just throw my plastic thing out the window, even though I think I'm gonna open my eyes and it's see through.
So then, is it a fireball or
I think
a photon?
I think a fireball or a photon. It feels too fast. It's got to be a photon.
Okay,
surely.
photon.
We're locking that in.
Yeah.
It's a photon, and I was right. It's neutron.
we
It was
done?
not see
Is that
through.
all
That's
of
it. Okay, so we got 3. 3.5.
I'm pretty happy with that. I think we should have got Jackrabbit. We probably needed to stay on that one a little longer because I think we
It's
gave up
just
a little
as soon
too.
as I felt it, it felt unique, and I can't remember the difference between, like, I just
Honestly,
I knew it was a Lone Star putter, and that's all I knew.
This is kind of impossible, but the only thing that really would give it away is for some reason the Jackrabbits are always like rubbery. And the bull snakes are not. But I could have seen myself because it feels similar in a power grip. I could have done the same thing on this one.
I just immediately felt it, and I knew it was a Lone Star putter, but I couldn't remember what the difference between the Jackrabbit and the bull snake was.
Yeah, I could have done the same exact thing with that one. That is a tough one.
So we got 3, and we're going to give ourselves half a point for Yikun.
Yeah, that's bull crap.
So we said Yikun distance driver.
that was bull crap.
This plastic feels good. It had me thinking Cast Blast for a second. That's how good the plastic feels.
Oh, I can see that because it's kind of gummy.
Yeah, it's got that gummy.
But yeah, I mean that. Like I would have picked that up and immediately thought of that.
It just didn't. I knew it wasn't Trilogy.
The sticker. It's
The
kind
feel.
of. It's kind of glossy. Like.
Close your eyes and feel this, and tell me that's not Supreme plastic. Feels pretty freaking good, huh?
I do, like this is. It's funny because like it has the sharpness in the edge of the rim that you said it didn't have.
What?
Like the bottom of the rim.
I just didn't feel it.
Like
I still don't feel
if I
it.
scrape my finger like there,
You mean flashing?
yes,
Oh, well, yeah, that's flashing.
they all feel like that though. And like even here, it kind of digs into my hand.
But it feels Supreme plastic.
I could have seen like what's funny is my hand digs into this just like an Escape does. It kind of a similar way. So like if you would have handed this to me, I probably would have grabbed it and been like, oh yeah, that is an Escape.
That's funny.
Because like for some reason the PD like doesn't feel that overstable in my hand. It just is.
Yeah, I was terrified we were going to say PD, and I was going to open my eyes and it was an FD. That was my worst nightmare.
That definitely is not an FD.
No. Well, that's why I'm glad we didn't do it. But it didn't feel like sea line to me when I was holding it.
It's tough. But I'm telling you, like people talk a big game. My brother talks a really big game about like being able to tell the difference between clear and like opaque plastic. And
I feel like I'm decent, and I was positive.
He's
this was
made the statement
Proton.
before that like if you gave him like Innova like Champ and Star, like he'll never miss.
No, the other day the Toros came in, Champ Toros and Star Toros. They're identical. Even with my eyes open, I couldn't feel the difference.
I'm telling you, it's
way harder than
real
you
thing.
think.
It's a
All right,
real
well, there
thing.
you go. Grab a buddy, grab 5 discs off your shelf, blindfold him, put him in a closet, and hand him the discs. See what happens.
see what happens. That's what I always say.
That's Grip Lock for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this off-season episode. We'll be back next week with a full cast. Connor will be back. He won't be in a cast. We'll have a full cast as in
Maybe.
like all 3 of us will be here. So, we'll see you then.